Alright, so this video is for you if one or more of the following things are correct. You want to make $10,000 a month with your video business, not just in revenue, but also in profit. You don't want to be a pushy sales guy or sales girl. You are currently a little bit afraid or at least nervous of calling potential clients. Or you're charging less than $5,000 per project. If one point of those applies to you, then listen closely right now, because I will show you exactly how to fix it and make a lot more money with your video business so you can live the life of your dreams and get paid what you deserve. Look, I'm gonna be very upfront with you. If you really want to build a successful video business, one that actually makes you money, that you can earn a decent living from, then you have to make calls. And if you're currently afraid and nervous of making calls, and by the way, I'm not talking about making cold calls, I'm talking about making calls when somebody sends you an inquiry or when you need to follow up with somebody, right? And if you're currently afraid or nervous, then you need to overcome that nervousness. I mean, I gotta be very honest, I myself was so freaking nervous before every single call I made. And in the beginning, I didn't even do the calls. I actually partnered up with a business partner because he was not so afraid of making calls. So I thought, oh, he can just do the calls and I don't have to do shit, right? But that didn't go well, so I don't recommend that you do that, right? But I was super nervous, and you will be nervous too, and that is totally normal. But you have to overcome the fear. You have to hop on that call, because if you're discussing prices via email or via text, you're always gonna lose, because the clients can so easily ghost you. And I mean, think back on your career. How many times has it happened that you were in perfect talks with a client through email or through chat, and suddenly no response anymore, ghosted, they're gone, right? And that's what you don't want to happen, and you prevent that by actually hopping on a call. Now, calling is especially then terrifying when you don't have a system to it. So I'll give you our system. It's very easy. The first call you do, always, whenever somebody sends you an inquiry, whenever somebody's a potential client, you hop on a first phone call. And that phone call is a so-called discovery call. This call is all about discovering everything about their business, their situation, their goals, their problems, their challenges, like everything, right? And you really want to dig deep and find out at the end of it, do they have the budget? Are they financially qualified to be working with you? So you ask them, hey, Mr. Client, do you have, what kind of budget do you have for that? And typically, you're not gonna get an answer, right? They're gonna say like, oh, we don't know, what does something like this cost? Then you try again, like, hey, look, I really need to have a number in order to get you the video that makes sense for you guys. And they're gonna be like, oh, we don't know, you know? And that's when you come up and say, okay, look, a video like this typically ranges between, and then you take a range that is way higher than what you typically charge. Let's say on average you charge $3,000 for a video. Now as a range, you tell them costs between $7,000 and $10,000. Is that something that's doable for you? And most typically, they're gonna say, oh no, that is way too much. Are you out of your mind, right? And that's when you answer, okay, that's understandable. So what's the maximum you can do? And every single time, they will give you the answer then. So once you have the discovery call, they're financially qualified, you schedule a strategy call. And that strategy call always has to be a Zoom call or any sort of video call, right? Where you present 3 different ideas. And these 3 different ideas are packages with different price points. And then at the end of the call, you let the client decide which one they want to go with, and congrats, you closed a new client through a calling system. Tip number 3 in order to close more deals is simple. Sell like a doctor. Do not try to argue with the client. Do not put on them why you are the best at what you do. Don't explain why your videos are so much better than your competitors. They don't care, right? Ask questions. Become the doctor that diagnoses their patient. Ask until you truly have diagnosed them, and you can then give them kind of like a medical prescription, which is obviously your video solution. Tip number 4 in order to get better at sales for your video business is always having a contract in place. And I'm actually surprised by how many videographers do not have a contract in place with their clients. That's absolutely nuts, because of multiple reasons. Number 1, when you have a contract, expectations are set clearly. The dates are set, everybody knows what they're gonna get, what kind of work needs to get done for that, and everybody's just on the same page. Number 2, you are safe. You know what you're gonna get, the client knows what they're gonna get. They're safe as well. And number 3, it just shows that you're a professional. You're a professional that takes their work seriously, which puts you in an entirely different position when the client is looking at you. And as the 5th and last tip right here, I hear so many videographers always telling me like, hey Nick, one day I'm gonna charge 10K for a project, 20K for a project, 30K for a project. And I always ask, why not now, right? If you want to increase your prices, do it now. It's a simple decision. Just see what happens. Increase your prices, double your prices, triple your prices, and see how your clients react. Because most often, it's literally just a mental belief that you have, a limiting belief that you cannot charge more. But clients will be willing to pay you more, you just never charge more, right? Because you think they're not willing to. So if you want to increase your prices, just make a decision to do it right now and see how your clients react. Now, speaking of increasing prices and making more money with your video business, I've actually recorded a free video training that is linked right next to me, right? Go click that right now, because in there I explain the Video Business Academy consulting program, which has helped over 300 videographers worldwide grow their video business and get to $10,000 per month. Now, if you want that too, as said, it's a free video training. Go click it right now, and we have a 100% success guarantee. So nothing to lose, go click it.